For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to model up this bolt. So your bolt is going to look something like this. I'm going to start off with a new class. Okay, so at the moment I can't see my planes. I need to switch them on. So if I go to my menu here, I'm just going to turn on all these features. Now we're going to start off with sketching the bolt head. I'm going to sketch onto the plane. Now you can go through and sketch that shape with a line or a rectangle. What I'm going to do, however, is if you go into the palette, there are already some profiles and shapes that are already in here. So if you have a look through, these are already in there for you to choose. So we're going to go into polygons. We're going to go six-sided hexagon, double click. Okay, that little white box with a black cross in it will appear. Just click on your screen. We're going to close that. And now you can pick that up and drag that and move that to where you want. I'm going to snap that to the middle where those two planes intersect. And let's make this, we can change the size of it up the top. Let's make that 60. And we'll accept that. Okay, so that's put our shape there of the hexagon. I'm going to accept the sketch. Okay, and what we're going to do now is just extrude that shape there. And we'll make that maybe a bit bigger. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'll accept my extrusion. Now what we need to do is we're going to extrude the shaft through just extruding a circle, and then we'll add some threads onto that for a helical sweep. So we can sketch onto a surface here. Onto that surface and sketch. Okay, so we want our circle function and we want that right in the center. Now something's wrong there. What's going on here? That's not right in the middle. So let's go back. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel and see that that sketch is not quite in the center. I didn't put that in the spot. So if you have an error like that, what you can do, go into the model tree. You can open up the extrusion. You can see there's the extrusion. Inside it is the sketch that's attached to it. I'm going to right click and I'm going to edit definition. And now here, I can move that. And I want that snap to the center there. And I'll accept that again. That looks a little bit better. So now we're going to do that same thing again. I'm going to sketch onto the surface with my circle now. So let's make this one, let's go 70, let's try that. That looks good. And I'll accept that. We go into an extrusion now. And drag that out to get a bit of an idea of how deep I want it. Let's go about 1/7. Happy with that. Let's accept that extrusion. Now from here, what I want to do is I want to add some thread around that part of the bolt. So to do that, we need to start off with a sketch. We're going to sketch a trajectory for the helical sweep. So we're going to sketch onto a plane. I'm going to sketch onto that plane. So let's sketch. Okay, I want to add that line there. Okay, and I want to be able to reference that line. So I'm going to click on references and then click on that surface. I'll also do the same to that surface as well. Okay. Now let's also put a center line in. And we're going to put a line in. So I don't want it to go all the way to the top. Let's stop about there. Okay, and make that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's select OK. And now we want to select, so click on the drop down arrow where it says sweep and select Helical Sweep. Okay, we've selected our trajectory. Now we need to go and create a sweep section. So we want to sketch that. Okay, and we're going to sketch a thread in here. So I'm going to go my line down here. I might actually add a reference there first, and then let's put a line in here. So at the moment this is just a little bit random, and we'll tidy it up once we have some dimensions on there. So I'm going to click on normal, center up scroll, click on that, center scroll. Now we have some dimensions there. So let's make those, have a look. That's a little bit too big. I might make that a bit smaller. 10 and 10. And we'll see how that goes. I might take a little bit of that point off as well. And we can do that with a fillet. So let's select both of those lines. Okay, center scroll, and I'll change that to 0.5. I'm happy with that. So now let's go OK. And now it's giving us a default. Okay, so we can change the pitch depth. So that's the distance between each of those threads. We can go on here and let's make that 10. Okay. Might even see if we can go a bit smaller. Doesn't want to go smaller. So we can go 9. Yep. So I'm happy with that. I can change the direction. If you want to change the direction of the thread, you can toggle that, and that will change the direction. I'm happy with that how it is, so I'm going to select OK. And now I have my bolt with thread. I'm going to do a couple other things to that. I'm going to, let's sketch a profile on the top of the bolt, off the head of the bolt. So I'm going to select that surface and sketch. And now let's go into our rectangle. I'm going to go center rectangle. This now. Okay, and now let's tidy up some of these dimensions. I'll make that 10. And they've all changed because you can see that they're all the same length and the same height. So they've all changed at the same time. Now I've got it in the center, so that's fine. So it goes to 5 mil either side of the line on all of those. What I'll need to do now is I have some lines crossing over. Now what I need to do is delete some of those. I'll go in here, delete some of these lines. Okay. And I'm going to go OK. And let's try to extrude this now. Now if this happens, so at the moment it's not extruding, it doesn't want to extrude my shape. So there's something wrong with my sketch that I've done there. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to have to go back and have a look. So if you escape out of extrude, now once again go back into your model tree. Sketch 4 is the sketch that I just added. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to go edit definition. So let's have a look at this sketch and why it doesn't accept it. Okay, I can see here there are some lines still in there. So there's some open geometry here that I need to do something to. I can either finish it or remove it. I don't need that there, so I'm going to remove it. So delete segment, and let's get rid of those little lines. Now hopefully it will accept this sketch. So let's go extrude, and now as you can see it likes that sketch a bit better now. So we're going to cut into this, so I'm going to move that down a little bit closer to get an idea of how deep I want it. Let's go 15 to start off. And we need to change the direction. Change the direction and remove material. So now we can see there. Okay. So what I'm not quite happy with that shape just yet. So I'm going to go back into this extrusion. So that's the extrusion. I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to open up the sketch, and I'm going to edit that definition once again. So I might actually put some chamfers on these corners, and I think I might make this a little bit wider. I think I might change that to 20. Let's change that to 35, and it will change them all. That's maybe 20 is a little bit too much. Maybe 15. 15. And I want to put some chamfers on these, so if I select the chamfer tool, you just find those surfaces that you want to chamfer. Sometimes it will try to pick up other surfaces as well. You just need to work your way through them. Okay, so I've got those chamfers in. You'll notice now, however, they're not all the same size. So I need to go in and I need to change some of these dimensions. So I'm going to scroll, wheel, and change those. Let's say 4. Let's make them 4. That's good there. Okay, I'm happy with that shape now. I've got them all the same dimension. I'm happy with all that. So once you're happy with what you've done, select OK. And now what you'll see is a great thing with Creo is it's automatically updated that extrusion that you've had there. Okay. What I might do also is I might put a chamfer around the edge of that bolt, and I might put a small chamfer on the inside of the profile, that cutout profile. So let's select chamfer, select the surface. Now if you hold down your control key, you can select a number of surfaces and they will all edit at the same time. So if I didn't hold down that control key, only the first surface edge that I selected will then change to that 5mm. So if you hold down the control key, you can do it all in one go. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I might actually, it's quite close there, so I might change it to 4. And I'm going to set that. I'm actually looking at that again. I'm going to go back here, edit that sketch. Still not 100% happy with it. Change that to 4. That might be better. Might give me a bit more space. Okay, and we might put a chamfer on the inside here of that profile. So chamfer, now you'll see that profile. I don't want it that big, so I might change that to 2. And that's a little bit more appropriate. Accept it. Okay, and that is your, oh,